One man, then
Amasampe wario yenye ye nimeje brempona na masampe wario ledelie ye amasampe wario yenye ye nimeje brempona na masampe wario ledelie waye koche amasaja hene wayine na filisho mwezi abotanswa meletraya na chifama jampentu dwenu kwande hunyo enunti ebinom say yo baby odum yo baby dan baby swala ka pempe wayini belie way ma bofo ameni nanane obre ponti bia me okatetie anana ya metriso na masampe wario masampe wario yenye ye nende brempona na masampe wario ledelie ye masampe wario yenye ye nende brempona na masampe wario ledelie waye koja masaja he wayini na filisho mwesi obutaswa mlechaya echifama jampentu dwenu kwande hunyo enunti ebinom say yo baby odum yo baby dan baby swala ka pempe wayini belie ay ma bofo ameni nanane obre bonti bia bia katatie nanana ya metriso na masampe wario na masampe wario yenye ye meje brempona na masampe wario ledelie ye masampe wario yenye ye meje brempona na masampe wario ledelie waye koche amasaja he wayini na filisho mwesi abotanswa meletraila esimfama jampentu dwenu kwande hunyo enunti ebinom say yo baby odum yo baby dan baby swala ka pempe wayini belie way ma bofo ameni nanane obre ponti pia bia katatie anana ya metriso na masampe wario masampe wario yenye ye nmeje brempona na masampe wario ledelie ye masampe wario yenye ye nmeje brempona na masampe wario ledelie waye koche amasaja he wayini na filisho mwesi obutaswa meletraya echifama jampentu dwenu kwande hunyo enunti ebinom say yo baby odum yo baby dan baby swala ka pempe wayini belie ay ma bofo ameni nanane
Otumfuo chama jaha jaho yeye kitweli fuba sorry da man Otumfuo akwa about to St. Andrews and then a handful of mkan hoba there 8 months ago and I go to my name said I'm about school. I'm more program there only actually I said that Otumfuo so they attach you na I can see. I mean I'm more hasem and we share that program na say. About St. Andrews and Saturday Prince William Cramps I find out so be school. It's from a bag of wow. Me shall say kakra. This year I'm already 10 years. I say Otumfuo attach you and I'll catch you school. Now, to Otumfuo. Kesiema school there is Kesiema Scotland. Na yenso so ya Kesiema pa. Since last week na ya ho adwuma sana na menje na Otumfuo odu na se. Pese do Otumfuo asi. Nda Otumfuo mo din ba ya na se so. And Kesiema ya ma yeah, especially Bradley over school asi. But school asi na before Intika, before in the more school as St. Andrews. I remember her first time I was surprised at school and before English, I don't know, say, Uncle, we have to change it. These were his exact words to me. Uncle, we have to change it. In the Stati Africa Summit here, 4 years ago or 3 years ago, President Suzuba has said, to tell me the African company for Obama school who said, friend Africa so on between the account and so the account on the my share. Yeah. Remember Bradley. I can program now the next 3 days.
Obama ndiye kuna. Ewe mama na kwa bawi na kwa mzama ndiye na zo. Obama ndiye.
Ni meti acha. Think about it.
Ayi wa do be bru. Ozo ko bu sama ne so na o de o na ma na ni na ato aso no. Me say Tom to say free run. Anu anti na ma. O de be e ba ne say ade no nam kase. Se be to se be Francisco kase se na mo wo mu na se tutu. Se raso be kasa. Bo mu bi ma so bi ka. So ba so de man na kase ni no. Na brempon ka ho. So the dominant Jaba. So you know, on by say, because Saturday 2 and I a domina at the number. And one thing I may and we have the Hunano. Oh, had in the rain. You're by a something suffering the man by.
Otumfuo chairman. Yeah, that's very great. They say, Rema, Brad. Actually, the next 3 days program Yashishe Otumfuo.
I was say, I said that on that one, so I don't know what we're doing now, what we just review. Papa, also agree with you now and say program. That's what that one.
To speak in English, properly. Otumfuo, Nanano, members of the executive team at Minchia, and all here gathered. I welcome you once again to St. Andrews, Scotland. As my uncle has said, this is my alma mater. This is where I went to university as an undergraduate. And I established the St. Andrews Africa Summit almost 10 years ago to deliberate on African affairs here in Scotland. And it's now grown from power to power, strength to strength. And by God's grace, it's now the leading African conference in Scotland. So I thank you once again for honoring our invitation. And without further ado, I'll just run through, it's on my phone, the program for the next 3 days. So as has happened by God's grace, today, Thursday, 14 September, Otumfuo has arrived. We don't have any formal program for today. We'll give you all the chance to rest and get familiar with your abodes. Tomorrow, Otumfuo will be playing golf at 10 a.m. at the Ealing Golf Course. I believe I received a list from Mr. Seche as to who will be joining him for that. It's only +3. He will then return back to the estates for lunch and to freshen up, followed by a tour of the World Golf Museum, which will be facilitated by the Royal Nations Club. Now, the Royal Nations Club is the custodian of the game of golf. As you may be aware, I know a lot of you are golfers here. Golf actually originated in St. Andrews, and so they are the body that is responsible for regulating golf, and they've agreed kindly to host Otumfuo for a tour and some discussions at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Followed by that, Otumfuo has gracefully also accepted Ambassador's invitation to dinner. So there'll be a dinner at King's Barnes Distillery, which is one of our whiskey distilleries here in Scotland. If you know anything about Scotland, golf, whiskey, those are our expertise. And so we have exclusive use of the venue, and Otumfuo and his guests, 19 guests, will be there, followed by a small reception for everybody else to join as well. After which Otumfuo will come back home, and then on Saturday is the main program. Otumfuo will meet with the principal at University House, which is her official residence, on Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. He will then come back to the estate and then go to the university for his official address at Lower College Hall. On the way to Lower College Hall, just at the entrance, we have a small flagstone which the university has in my name, and we'd also like to present that to Otumfuo to have a look at that on his way into the venue. Followed by that, Otumfuo will come back for lunch and refreshments if he wants to change or anything like that, ahead of sitting in state at the same venue at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. and then the program will be done. So that's it for now.
So that's
Otumfuo for Onyama, and share, especially Bradley, the president of school. I said, if you say the wires, so maybe never come and discuss it. And I think it's one of the first Ashantis to go through St. Andrews. And it's Ashanti will be creating it. Because I see Otumfuo by the senior friends. One slot a bit me the Ashanti for St. Andrews every year. It's a because we'll be a wine. See how we can also make it work. Let's say for Ghana, ready for Asante. For chairman, last night, I'm betting I said so. I could say, dinner, the then and I'm a quarter, and ramen in the buy to play on the AC phone. Emo, and I will play money and nowhere. This name day because we're Nigerian, you know, it's H. But baby, it's very Ghanaian. For Edinburgh, I'm so free Edinburgh. What you have today, if you come as a program, and so two program now. The best was so as why champagne in I'm also the sponsor.
Obey. Well, I'll bring back to the moon Sasabo, and on the food plate, seminar. That's what I said, Nigerian, so now I'll bring box soon. So, say, one in the channel, one of them say, I'll bring balls over problem. That's what so much will come with this. That's the yes, I feel quite a woman now was Fauca. So, to say, they should be now. Soon be a one of them now. Wouldn't say, let's wait now, and that's like I say, the mom, all the becomes.
It's small. We are ready friend, I'm a friend. One point for one to what that was a amateur. And they said in the TSC, yeah, 2 4, I was in Tennessee. So I need to see them as a baby.
Chairman, I also wanted to take the opportunity to introduce my director for this year, Madeleine Benino Otumfuo. As I said, I started this organization as a student, and after graduating each year, we've had a council of students who've taken responsibility for this summit. And this year and last year, Madeleine was the one who did so. So, with your permission, I'll allow her to introduce herself to Otumfuo.
So, we said it on ourselves. So, what the opinion of the nature of it?
Sorry? Yes. So it's very important to me that you know how incredible this opportunity is, not just for myself or for the Africa Summit, but for this university. We've not been able to bring in anybody from outside of the UK for our summit since before 2020. and for when the president of Ghana came to our summit. So this is incredible that we're finally able to bring in people again, and the fact that it is yourself is even more exciting. Beyond just that, I come from a very small town in Connecticut in the United States. There's mostly just trees, and nobody imagines meeting anybody of your caliber or of your status. So what's been incredible about posting this event all over social media has been not just the reaction from students and from community members here, but all over the world. Anybody involved in this, their friends from back at home, their family, they all are asking, how can I come and meet the King? How can I come and watch this event? So my family is in town. One of our family friends traveled from Switzerland to come see this. Oh. The excitement that you've generated is massive. So not only do I want to thank you, but I also would like to welcome you in a way that is customary to where I come from. So I left Connecticut a couple years ago with my family. We're now living in South Carolina. And one of our favorite new traditions that my mother has probably taken to an extreme is the tradition of giving welcoming beads to anybody who comes into our home. So on every door in our house that leads outside, we have a set of welcoming beads. That is a custom that began when, unfortunately, slavery was brought to the South. But what that meant is that Southern cultures tend to have a very diverse mix of people coming from all over the world. So our welcoming beads have a historical background of Afro-Caribbean influence. And what they are, they have an oyster, which is symbolic of Charleston, South Carolina, and the exports that usually come from our area, and the beads, which are symbolic of creations, yes. So they're all over our home, and I wanted to extend them to you to say thank you. Welcome, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.